Hi, thank you for joining me. Welcome. I'm Sarah D. Do what you can. Be content. Don't be discouraged. Don't give in. Despair lurks ever nigh, to pounce, devour your will to try. Happiness also lurks ever nigh. And depending on where your brain is at, what you're thinking about, that's what you're going to see. You're either going to see the pouncing of difficulty becoming despair, or the pounds of difficulty becoming a stepping stone to growth. I recorded a song, the one before this one, How Do You Make Meaning? And I'm going to record it one more time and go through a few other songs. This is going to be a little bit longer post. And the reason I am is because I want to kind of tell a story with it. And the story is, I guess it's a story about me. And it might be a story about you if you struggle with dark thoughts. And sometimes you kind of don't know who you are because, or at least you don't like who you are, or you don't like the part of you that's showing up, however you want to look at it. How do you make meaning when life feels empty? How do you find purpose when nothing seems real? How do you believe that what you do matters when you know it's no big deal? The world keeps turning round and round, whether you smile or whether you frown. No one cares about anyone else, except when it serves them well. How do you make meaning when life feels empty? How do you find purpose when nothing seems real? How do you believe that what you do matters when you know it's no big deal, it's no big deal, it's no big deal? As a child we learn a framework for life. We desire and dream of a future time when we're grown and we get to decide what we'll do, we'll be, what we'll try. How do you make meaning when life feels empty? How do you make purpose when nothing seems real? How do you believe that what you do matters when you know it's no big, 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 no big deal? It's no big deal. When the framework crumbles and bit by bit, we are left to wonder and make sense of it. And still the world turns round and round, and life remains in time. So when I recorded that earlier this week, I didn't write it earlier this week, but I did write it at a time when I was kind of feeling like I was this week, and I found it this week, so I recorded it and I shared it. But this, and then I really fell. Things got very dark. And when things get dark, that's what I have inside, and when that's what I have inside, that's what I shine. And I tell myself that if the people I'm around feel dark inside, they do the same thing. And I wrote this poem at a time when I was recognizing that I needed to not take what people said seriously or personally, because what they said had little to do with me, even if it was exactly about me, if that's where they were directing their words. I wrote, what you think of me tells me more about you than what you think of me tells me about me. What you think gives birth to what you feel. How you feel isn't up to me. Feelings are as changeable as the thoughts you think, as volatile as ammonia mixed with bleach. When you expect me to be a perfect person, you expect too much of me. What you say to me tells me more about you than what you say to me tells me about me. What you say is born of how you feel. What you say isn't up to me. Your words can inspire hope. Your words can tear me apart. But I've learned over time, your words only reflect your heart. What you think about me, what you think of me, tells me more about you than what you think of me tells me about me. How you feel is born of what you think. How you feel isn't up to me. And by the same token, what I say about you tells you more about what I think about me than what I think about you. I wrote that in 2014. This one I wrote in 1999. And I put a song to it because when I'm not sure how to make meaning out of life, how do you make meaning when life feels empty? When life feels empty, I'm kind of like on a down, going into it's a slide that I don't like to be on, and but it's a part of my reality. So when I'm in those places or going there, I end up saying things or acting in ways that certainly don't accurately reflect how I feel about you or about my loved ones. It's a song I wrote for my husband, and it fits for this week as well. It's called It's Not Your Fault. It's not your fault, but I take it out on you. It's not your fault I got mad. It's not your fault, but I take it out on you. It's not your fault, I'm blue. Baby, you're so good to me in everything you do, and it's a mystery why you'd want me to be with you. You've made my life happier than I thought it could be. Still I know my happiness is up to me. It's not your fault, but I take it out on you. It's not your fault I got mad. It's not your fault, but I take it out on you. It's not your fault, I'm blue. It's not your fault, I'm blue. And so the last one is perhaps life isn't what it seems. I'm not sure if I've put this on my channel yet or not, but whenever life doesn't seem to be what you wanted life to be, take full responsibility for the way it is. Even if, say, the agreement is a particular member of your family will take the garbage out and they don't. And then you go to lift the bag out and everything tips out all over because it was too full because they didn't do what the agreement was. Even though that was the agreement, you could have been aware. When we take full responsibility for the way things are, we have power. And I guess that's the most important thing, is we need to believe we have power. And if we believe we have power, then we're not going to be thinking, well, how do I make meaning when life feels empty? When we think we have power, we're not going to necessarily think that life feels empty, because, or at least not empty in a way of there's nothing ever going to be there, but empty as in, wow, look at this large playground I get to fill with all my hopes and dreams. You know, there's different ways you can look at it. So anyway, perhaps life isn't what it seems. Whenever life doesn't seem to be what you wanted life to be, take full responsibility for the way it is. Perhaps life isn't what it seems. Perhaps life is but a dream, and rowing your boat is all you need to create all there is. Whenever life doesn't seem to be what you wanted life to be, take full responsibility for the way it is. If life is a mess, clean it up. If you're empty, fill your cup. No, you haven't done enough until your vision is set. For what you believe is what you get. What you believe is the power that sets the stage for what is coming next. So believe what you want to see, because what you believe sets up your reticular activating system, and then that's what you see. You see what it is you expect to see because you're looking for it. You're looking for it, and you find. You seek and you find. Perhaps life isn't what it seems. Perhaps life is but a dream, and rowing your boat is all you need to create. All there is, you create. All there is, you create all you see. Thank you for joining me for some songs. Thank you. I hope some of them resonated. I hope if you have similar kinds of challenges that I have, that maybe they help you move through them. And I hope you be kind to yourself, especially when it's an empty, dark pit you might be lost in. You don't have to be there all the time. I'm Sarah D. Make it a great day.